In this video, we're going to discuss how to create a new index list in an application within Host Site Manager. And then we're going to jump over to GX Capture and create a scan job and associate it with that list so that you can scan documents into a scan job and then upload them into the Intellivue GX software for indexing. Let's log into the Host Site Manager software and select our application. And then once that's selected, we go down to the setting for Index Document Lists and click on that to open it up. This brings up a dialog box where we can create our new index list. In the name field, let's type in the name of our new document index list, and I'm going to call mine the TPS Reports list. You can name this whatever you want, your name of the document types that you're going to be scanning in, or it can be an individual user's name, whatever you want to do here that makes sense. You can enter that name. We're going to leave the default folder permission access level and the page set access level settings to 0. I am going to change my maximum checkout documents from 10 to 100. This allows me that when I log into index documents, if there are 50 documents in there to be indexed, when I open up the list, it will give me all 50. So the maximum that we can enter is 100. So if there were 120 documents, I open it up, I'm going to get 100 of them. I can go through an index and then go back and get the other 20. The next we're going to do is we're going to click on the Convert PDFs to TIFFs radio button to Yes. Now your screen may look a little bit different than mine. Your screen may not have, for example, the Save Images as monochrome. That's okay. If you don't have it, that means that it's not on, that you're not on the most current release of the Host Site Manager software. But the main things is we're giving the list a name. We're going to change the maximum checkout documents, and this is optional. And we're going to click on the Yes radio button for Convert PDFs to TIFF. I'm going to click Add. It's going to add the list to my drop-down area here. I'm going to go up and I'm going to open it up again. And now I'm going to give either a role or a user or groups of users access to this index list. In my case, I'm going to click on Users, and I'm just going to give the user ID that I'm logged into the system with access to the index list. So I'm logged in here as this user, so I'm going to check the box and I'm going to hit Update. Next, I'm going to close the screen for my changes to take effect. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here and launch my GX Capture to create the job and associate that job with the index list so that when I scan documents into it, they automatically will get uploaded into the proper location. I'm going to log in here as my user, click Connect, and it is going to bring up my profile information. I'm going to select my job here just to get things initialized, and by clicking on that, if it doesn't initialize my scanner, I will go up here and click on Scanner and Device. Select the device that sees that I have attached to my software, and now that the Start Scan button is enabled, it's turned green, I know that it is ready to be configured. What I am going to do is I'm going to create a new job. This is my TPS Reports job. I'm going to scan TPS Reports into this job, and I'm going to click on Create Inherit. If I click Create Inherit, that means it's going to inherit all of the job definitions and settings that we set up for the default scan job. It's automatically going to apply them to my new job. So that way, if I have my previous job set up for duplex scanning, for deskew, despeckle, all those things, I'm going to automatically inherit those settings with this job, so I don't have to go in and set them up again. Now, once I've set up my scan job, the next thing I'm going to do is going to associate it with my index list so that when I upload documents, they go directly into that index list. To do that, I select my job, I click on Profiles, and then click on Profile Manager. Now your screen may look a little bit different than mine. I am on a beta release of the software that we're working on here. You may have some other fields here where it prompts you to enter a name for the profile that we're creating. So what I would typically do if I were being prompted for that would name my job the TPS Reports profile. Okay, since mine doesn't have that entry, I'm just going to go down here and say, all right, I'm going to associate the TPS Reports job with the TPS Reports index list. When I select that, you can see that there are the index values from my application. And when I click Add, it tells me that it was successfully added, and I click on the X to close the screen, and you can see that this changes the profile from a no to a yes. Now you may have a previous version of software that you have to select the job, right mouse click on it, and then you have the option to add a profile. And there would be a list of the profiles that are available. You select the whatever you called it, or in my case it would be the TPS Reports profile if I had named it. Select it from the list, and then that applies it to the job. Once all this is done, you're now ready to scan and upload those documents. If I click on the Start Scan button here, and we'll load our paper from the scanner first. I click on Start Scan. As you can see, it is scanning the documents into the system. And I have now my job here, and as you can see, I have a 3-page document that was scanned into the system. Okay, if I've done my QC review and I'm ready to upload them, I simply click on the Upload Now button, and it will upload those into that list that we created in HSM. Now I'm going to go over to my Intellivue GX software, and I'm going to go into Index Lists, and I'm going to open up my TPS Reports list. You can see I have one document that has 3 pages scanned into it. And now, as you can see, I have my documents. I can move them to the proper folder and proceed through my indexing process. I hope this video was instructional and helpful. Thank you.